The New South Wales State Director of the Liberal Party's head is currently rolling because this guy failed to put in the nominations for Liberal candidates in up to 12 councils. How on earth is this possible, Director Richard Shields? What, can you not operate a photocopier? He hasn't even been able to come up with a proper excuse. Here's what he had to say for himself. Mr. Shields blamed the spectacular failure on a lack of secretariat resources. Quote, unfortunately, we were unable to nominate in all of the local government areas that were put forward by the state executive. On behalf of the Secretariat, I would like to apologise to Liberal-endorsed councillors that were not nominated and to the party membership more broadly. Not good enough, mate. Every other night we are sat here railing against the idiocy of councils that are firmly in the hands of Greens and Labor councillors. And now we've got 12 councils in New South Wales alone that don't even have Liberal candidates on the ticket. So people in those councils, come election time, won't even have a Liberal option. This is democracy gone to the
I thought you were going to say democracy manifest.
Manifest? Well, it's not democracy manifest. In fact, it's a bullet in the face to democracy because these people won't even have the option to say, we want less green crazies running the show. We want less welcomes to countries. We want less councillors eating through time that they're supposed to be spending on roads, rates and rubbish, talking about, oh, what about Palestine and we're standing for Gaza way outside your jurisdiction, lovies. We're just going to have more and more of that, and it rests squarely on the shoulders of this moron who wants to blame it on, what, administrative resources?
Apparently. Well,
call in a few volunteers, man.
Councils including Northern Beaches, Lane Cove, Wollongong, Campbelltown, Blue Mountains apparently will have no Liberal candidates running whatsoever. The irony, of course, is if you don't turn up to vote, you still get fined.
I know.
Well, why should you turn up to vote when the Liberals aren't even bothering? The nominations were due in at midday today, and according to the article, the Liberals were running all over Sydney trying to get people to sign bits of paper, get all the forms this morning. Still didn't manage to do it. So the ballot comes out tomorrow, the order, etc., and it'll be missing a whole... There's 300 Liberals that have nominated, but a lot haven't, including some, I believe, who are sitting council members who suddenly won't have a job anymore because the Liberal Party secretary didn't do his.
There are people who have lost their wards because the state executive or the state director, couldn't get the nominations in on time. Now, look, for those who live in other states and don't understand, in New South Wales, you actually have proper organised party structures within council. So the party is actually on the ticket when you go and vote in council elections, which isn't typical in a lot of other states. But you have a situation here, like how can a party, the Liberal Party, that presumably would like to win the next state election in New South Wales.
And the next federal election they'd like to win.
They can't even nominate people for a council election, and they're going to ask in 3 years' time for the support of New South Welshmen to elect them to government in this state. How can it be? I mean, look, the time and day by which you had to get these nominations in was set in stone. They knew what it was. Now, what did the state director, Richard Shields, wake up this morning, as I used to do when I was at school and left everything to the last minute? And did he wake up this morning and go, oh, crap, I've got to do my homework. I've got to do my homework or the teacher's going to get really angry. Except he didn't do the homework, and now he's got the entire Liberal Party on his ass saying, mate, what are you doing?
The New South Wales Electoral Commission put out a press release 6 days ago saying, don't forget to put in your nominations for local government, little realising they probably should have sent it directly to the Liberal Party head office because they, of all people, needed to know. You can't make this stuff up.
It's a good question, though, whether party politics belongs in local councils.
Yeah.
Because when you are roads, rates and rubbish, you shouldn't be venturing into party politics whatsoever. No. In WA, it's a very different system. Yeah. You yourself nominate yourself. I ran for local government, came first out of 29 candidates, beat the sitting mayor, just casually. But
oh, you are so humble.
Hey, it was a great accomplishment. Thank you very much. But it's all off your own bat, and people stump up for their own pamphlets, for their whether they want to go door knocking, etc., and so on. But you don't bring party politics into it. Now, a small Google of me would have brought up the fact that I was a Liberal staffer, etc., and so on. But that is not meant to encroach on your job as a councillor, because, like I say, roads, rates and rubbish has nothing to do with party politics, neither should it. And if these councils just left it out, and so it doesn't matter what party you hail from or where your positions are on state and federal issues, it would probably go a lot better, especially for these Liberal councillors in New South Wales.
The good news for us is that with not many Liberals on councils in New South Wales, and it'll be dominated by Greens and Labor Party members, we will have plenty to talk about
to
on the late debate. You ain't heard anything yet.